May peace be with you this Thursday morning. Today I want to offer a poem that was forwarded my way by Katie Williams, and it's a poem that has been making its round in Italy amidst their quarantine and shutdown. We've not been able to find the original source, so if somebody knows the author, I'd love to post that and offer credit. But it is a short poem about why we all must stay committed to being physically apart during this time, hard as it may be. And absent a title, I will simply suggest that we call this a struggle against our habits. We have come to understand that this is a struggle against our habits and not just against a virus. This is an opportunity to turn an emergency into an opportunity of solidarity and unity. Let's change the way that we see and think about this. I will no longer say, I am afraid of this virus, or I don't care about this virus. Instead, I will say that I will sacrifice for you. I worry about you. I keep a distance for you. I wash my hands for you. I give up that trip for you. I'm not going to the concert for you. I'm not going to the mall for you. For you. For you who are inside an ICU room, for you who are older or frail, but whose life has as much value as mine, for you who are struggling with pre-existing conditions and can't fight this too. Please, let's rise to this challenge. Come together. Nothing matters more. So that poem, that plea, I imagine that it began working its way around some weeks ago, even before the deep sense of urgency hit Italy, even before the deep sense of urgency has hit here in the U.S. But I wanted to share it this morning because yesterday afternoon, Governor Walz announced a 2-week shelter-in-place order, or as he says, a stay-at-home Minnesota order. And for many of us, that is just yet another barrier to our being together. It's yet another note of how serious of an issue and challenge this is. And it is also going to come as a major sacrifice and hardship. A hardship for those who are living alone, who are feeling isolated from those around them. A hardship for all of our small businesses and restaurants. A hardship for teachers and many others in the direct service industry who are having to find a way to still serve their clients. This is hard and complicated. But it is necessary, and I think it is helpful for us to all remember, amidst our own frustrations, mine included, that this is something that we are doing for one another. In our tradition, the Christian tradition, we hold as an essential commitment the act of loving our neighbor and caring for those who are most vulnerable. These physical distance practices, this shelter-in-place order, this stay-home Minnesota order, is a way to commit to that together, and a way to formalize that commitment for we who are struggling to actually practice those commitments. This is something we must do for one another, hard as that is. So when it feels all too frustrating or exhausting, let us make that great shift from I to you, or to we, and think about the collective here. And as we do so, we might find the comfort that we are not alone. That oddly enough, this need to be physically separate and distant from one another, it is a common thing that unites us. We are all experiencing this. We are all united in making these sacrifices for one another, and strangely enough, we are all coming together by that very necessity. National politics and politicians aside, I have never seen or experienced our society to be more united than in this moment, even though we are forced to be at this physical distance. So let's continue to care for one another. And in the coming days and weeks, as this physical distance gets more frustrating, as we worry about so many things, let us keep this helpful reminder before us that we are doing this for one another. I do this for you. You do this for me. We do this for those who are most vulnerable. This is a core commitment to life and love, and it is one that we are all making together. So, as the poem says, please, let's rise to the challenge. Let's come together. Nothing matters.